Oh God, what is happening? Oh, wait, it gets worse? Generic intro and the deck goes Moo here, back with another kill count reaction. Today we're doing Leprechaun 3 and Leprechaun 4. Both of these movies are older than me, but last week we jumped into the Leprechaun saga with Leprechaun 1 and 2. You can check out my reaction to that video, I'll leave it right up there. Also link down below in the description, also in a place on my channel, all my other kill counts go in chronological order. I've never even heard of the Leprechaun franchise until I saw it in the kill count playlist. I've of course heard of what a leprechaun is. Apparently they're fairies, which is weird, and also wrought iron is just like shaped iron. It's weird. I don't know. The first two movies were definitely odd. People seem to really enjoy those videos though, so thank you so much for watching that. Likes are always appreciated as well, and also shout out to the patrons, because I could not do this if it was not for them. $30 a month gets you all my reaction videos a day early, and I'm completely against paywalls, and you also don't see brain deals on the channel either, but I do read every single one of your comments, whether you're a patron or not, whether you're subscribed or not, so definitely leave some down below, and I hope I can make your day just a tiny little bit better. But we're doing Leprechaun 3 and then Leprechaun 4 in space. I'm not sure why Leprechaun goes to space. Maybe it was like the late 90s and everything was space related. Like all like the space movies or alien movies were like in the 90s. So maybe that's why they did it. I don't really know. I do look forward to reading your comments. So let's go ahead and jump into episode 3, or no, Leprechaun 3, not episode 3. Alright, here we go with this. Also, if anything ever has to be blurred, that would be because of copyright.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 3, released in 1995.
I was born in 97.
7 of your favorite horror series. Aren't you so pumped we're doing this? Like literally every other Leprechaun.
Apparently James eventually went on to
but at least
like
part
them.
3 has the decency to put Leprechaun in the middle of Las Vegas instead of a farmhouse or the outskirts of LA. The lights and decadence of Sin City are a perfect backdrop for Lep to run around being a little shit. Leprechaun 3 was the first of the series to be released direct-to-video after Lep 2 failed at the box office obviously. Luckily, producer Jeff Joffrey knew how to ball on a budget, y'all, and shot most of the movie in the abandoned Ambassador Hotel, with a single night shoot in Vegas providing all the scenes on the strip. The result is a movie that doesn't
Leprechaun
feel
walking
any
around
cheaper than the second one. And it's also much more aware of itself as a comedy, since director Brian Trenchard Smith and writer David Dubas wanted to focus on that. The humor is handled deftly by a lot of the cast, especially Warwick Davis, whose name I've apparently been mispronouncing my whole life, so sorry about that. It also has some of the most memorable kills of the series, so let's get to it.
Oh, how many? It has to be more, right?
The movie begins with 2 minutes of pictureless credits. What the fuck?
2 minutes?
When they can finally afford to show some footage, it's Las Vegas. Ooh, exciting. What famous location on the strip are we going to here? The Pawn Place? Okay. Is that the one with the roller coaster on the roof? No roller coaster, but it does have a computer-savvy owner named Gupta. Tonight, it's also got an anxious customer who is all kinds of beat up, man. What's he got there? A missing leg? An eye patch? A hook?
Vegas has changed a lot since then.
Restaurant chain Pronto. To get money for his undoubtedly fried business
30 years ago,
he's pawning off a frozen leprechaun. But it sounds like it comes with rules, like a gremlin.
Don't touch the medallion.
Gupta gives him a cool $20 for it.
$20 for that?
In my opinion. That sculpture would be dope to put outside your bathroom with a tray of mints. Gupta's more interested in that medallion, though. So despite the seaman's warning, he removes it from the left to examine with a bright science light. Behind him, the statue thaws out into a little shit and disappears, leaving a pot of gold coins behind that Gupta finds and gives the Aussie test of authenticity to.
That's not how that works.
Bites off an ear as per usual and makes a mildly racist joke about the taste. Oh, Lep, you're not meant for this modern world. But apparently it's rhyme time.
He didn't even say.
Leprechaun, me lad, and you're a greedy thief for trying to steal me gold. I'll be giving you some grief.
And time for a single reference to a shoe fucking past.
Nice leather. I appreciate a good pair of shoes.
But this time, Lep's more interested in the gooey flesh center within the shoe. So he bites Gupta's toe off while he just kind of lies there and doesn't really do anything.
Why are you not fighting back?
That is until he discovers the medallion can ward off the leprechaun. Another new development to the lore.
How are you going to explain this
that we'll actually see return in future movies? So Lep takes his gold and runs into the shop's basement
gold fell out
for whatever reason, not noticing that he's dropped a gold coin on the ground until
about
later when he's doing an AU audit.
I'm 1 shilling short.
He puts his stash of 99 coins in a safe.
In a safe? Is that safe not made out of iron?
On a CD-ROM encyclopedia because the Leprechaun series has finally entered the Encarta era. It lays out the Lep's deal for this movie. His power's tied to his gold. He can grant a single wish for every shilling someone possesses. He likes potatoes. Okay, great. Gupta takes a handgun and goes for a Lep hunt in the basement.
It is
but of course, Lep pulls some magical chicanery, including blowing up the gun with his finger like a Looney Tunes. Luckily, Gupta acts fast.
It's a revolver. It's not going to do that.
Vomit Shamrock shake and run away. He locks him back in the basement, and what the fuck? How is Lep locked in a basement? He's magic. Also, focus! Driving through Vegas is half man, half mouse Scott, and when he sees this chick Tammy hitchhiking in the road, he pulls over, almost hitting her in the process, so he can get a good long gape in. He agrees to give her a ride.
Why is
to
he
work,
just staring at her
how
like...
he's on his way to his freshman year of college in California, and he's just stopping
and
through
he's
Vegas.
stopping through
wide-eyed
Vegas.
wonder to gee gosh golly see what it's like. He takes Tammy
I guess,
to the
yeah,
casino
in the 90s,
the
things
Lucky
are different.
Shamrock, and
I'll take a
begs her
day
let him
trip
see
to
the
Vegas.
inside, because it'll be an adventure. She agrees to it as long as he doesn't gamble since he's underage.
I was there for 11
she's gotta
hours.
get back to Fazio. Wait, what's Fazio?
Fazio is a mediocre magician who couldn't pull a rabbit out of a pet store. But it pays the bills.
Oh, okay. I thought Fazio was just bad acting. Nah, Fazio's this slick John Stamos wannabe, and as he practices his calisthenics, he makes fun of his casino co-worker Loretta for being old. It really sticks with her, too. She's talking about dreams of plastic surgery, as if Caroline Williams wasn't still beautiful enough to humble with a chainsaw. If she's good enough for Leatherface, she's good enough for you,
86?
Fazio. Tammy shows up in her Playboy bunny outfit that Fazio gets off on, and he starts talking about a new fire trick that he wants to try that night.
The Burning Beauty!
Only he really sucks at his job, so he's just burning the casino down, which owner Mitch isn't really happy about. Mitch is definitely happy to get creepy
Insurance
with Tammy,
probably hates him.
You keep playing hard to get.
Focus! Also stop. Inside the casino, Scott is positively creaming himself at the sights and sounds of gambling. He's so inspired that he wants to cash in his money for tuition and housing that, what, his parents just cut him a single fucking check for? Even though he's obviously underage, Mitch lets it slip because of money. I just wanted to do Mr. Krabs again. Looks like Mitch could use that money since he's getting harangued by this dude Art and his Hawaiian-shirted Rocky Horror hitman, Tony.
You pay Arthur the money you owe him, or I will kill you.
These two are open source coded gay characters, and also probably the funniest part of the movie.
How's 10 o'clock for you? 10 o'clock. Wait, when do you take your break?
9:30.
9:30, 9:45.
You take a break in 9:30?
Make back?
10.
Okay, 10. That's good.
Scott takes his fat stacks to Loretta's
That's
table,
23,000 in
where he
chips.
loses both his money and
I
his
went to
shit.
college for 5 days and left.
I've made my mistake. They show
Also, he's
Loretta
doing
cheating with
roulette.
a little button magnet thing, but seriously, that casino would get shut down so fast
Yeah, it would.
with some rinky-dink carnival cheat like that. But we shouldn't be surprised. Look at the quality of this place. Fazio's show consists mostly of hip gyrations, but at least actor John DeVita does some solid.
Is there at least
physical
like music
comedy
playing?
As Fazio woos
Hopefully.
you with wonder, you may be forgiven for
pawn
forgetting
place.
that this is a Leprechaun movie. But don't you
That's
worry,
true.
it definitely is. See,
Yeah, no.
there's our
I
laugh.
went
Wait,
January
so what?
2021.
There was an old man of Madras whose balls were
Look at
made of
$86 round trip
fiberglass.
flight.
So in stormy weather, they both clanged together and sparks flew out of his ass.
Yeah, that's Lep. He uses his powers to get the medallion away from Gupta and then comes at him with his little cane, beating him with that and a baseball bat.
Why is he still there? Why would he not
Before
leave?
Gupta gives it up, though, Lep strangles him with a phone cord. Same thing he did to Cody in the second movie, only this time he goes all the way and kills Gupta. Sorry he's dead, but can we please get out of this fucking pawn shop
Yeah,
now?
like, why are
After
we
Scott
here?
loses all his tuition and housing money, Loretta
That's bad.
encourages
That's
him
real
to go
bad.
sell his watch at the pawn shop so he can lose
What
more
is that
money.
watch?
He goes there and finds Gupta dead on the ground, then uses the
It looks like a
weapon to call the
two-tone.
police and try real hard at acting.
What is
Listen,
the watch?
I'm in a pawn shop across the street from the Lucky Shamrock Casino.
Jubilee bracelet?
Keep trying, I guess, kid. Since that cereal box software about leprechauns is still going, Scott sees the summary saying that without its gold, a leprechaun
Probably
is so
like a
weak
date
he can get
just.
beat by the Monty Python.
That's my
And
guess.
that a shilling entitles a person to a wish. Hey, what do you know? There's a shilling on the keyboard. Scott picks it up and gives the wish thing a shot.
I wish I was back at the casino on a winning streak.
He disappears right before
wait.
Lep can ask him a question and
wait,
finds him exactly where he wished for. At
Nobody
Loretta's
notices
table on a
that he
winning
just
streak,
appeared?
Since his bets are being magically directed by the gold shilling, an advantage Loretta notices, especially when it defies her cheating system and breaks it. Mitch witnesses all this, but he needs that underage cash. So he gives Scott a room at the hotel with the hope that he'll lose the money gambling later. Tammy runs into
they want
Scott,
you to be there
upset
for
that
as
he's
long as
underage
possible,
gambling, and she
because the rule
strongly
of big
suggests
numbers.
that he cash out and get out of town. But Scott doesn't want to leave
What
the
is she
city
wearing?
without
Also
her
watch on
because
her
he's that guy.
right hand.
Holy shit, dude. Zip it back up. You just met this chick.
Yeah, that's a little
God.
crazy.
Oh my God.
See, now that's a realistic reaction. She tells him to wait in his room while she does another show and that they can talk later. Leprechaun finally gets out of that damn pawn shop and strolls onto the Vegas Strip. It really feels like he's found a proper home here. Even
He
his
seems
limericks
to
are
love it.
Lovely golden palaces, completely full of riches. I'll rip them off and rob them blind, those dirty sons of bitches.
See, now
Okay,
that's a
now
fun, campy villain. I like this Leprechaun.
we're rhyming.
He's naturally
Is this
drawn
the
to
best
Lucky
movie in the
Shamrock,
franchise?
where, since this is a Vegas movie, we get our obligatory
So-
scene with an Elvis impersonator, giving Lep a chance to stretch his voice.
The second one or third one we got Vegas.
Thank you very much. Hey, man, you do that pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead and be proud.
Oh,
Lep.
okay.
That's one of the few powers you've kept consistent. Okay, I mean, maybe don't be
The
that
voice
proud. That's
imitation.
enough. Inside the casino, Lep runs into Fazio, who he plays a trick on by making green shit appear in his hand, even though it just kind of looks like a pile of steaming squam. Then Lep swaps out magical crap for magical craps and has himself a good time throwing dice. Not even Art and the Muscle can stop him. He just turns that bodyguard into a slot machine.
Look out, Vegas. I'm taking over.
By playing craps.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, that's what I thought you said. Fazio washes his hands and finds Loretta, who tells him about Scott's casino winnings and lucky gold coin. They immediately start planning an OJ-style burglary.
Oh, no.
What's his room number?
Yeah, I know.
Why
but
did
for
they
real,
need to
they're
laugh
fucking
like
robbing this
that?
teenager. Fazio doesn't
Yeah,
find
third
the
movie
path,
we go in
but he
Vegas,
does grab the
fourth
coin
movie
when
go to
Scott
space,
discovers him in
'cause
his room.
that's the
Then
next
Fazio
step,
really
right?
does pull a late stage OJ. Shit, man, that's assault. At least he sticks the fancy smoky exit.
Okay,
Well,
that makes
Lep
a scene.
winds up in the room next, having sniffed out the shilling, and flies through the air to bite Scott's arm. After a knife stab to the forehead, there's a whole bunch of this nasty, thick green Lep blood going everywhere,
Ew.
including
Was it
onto
getting
Scott's
his
arm
hand?
where it burns through the skin.
Oh.
Lep gets launched
Wait,
out a
I'm
window,
sorry,
but
Leprechaun blood?
remember, he's pretty much indestructible, always able to heal himself through the power of shitty jokes.
Next time, I'll take the elevator.
I'd be much more concerned about Scott, who, oh my god, is turning into a werewolf? Or
A werewolf or a leprechaun?
Really?
Or
Look at him.
concern?
I mean, yeah, I guess he's eating potatoes like that CD-ROM said.
I've never
Lepstein,
eaten,
and
like,
he's
a
taking
whole
that shit
potato
to the
like
next
that.
level with the potato buffet. Plus,
Like a
he's
baked
speaking
potato?
in a bad
Never.
Irish accent.
There once was a lady of Tut whose tastes grew perverted and rotten. She cared not for steaks or for pastries and cakes, but lived upon penis au gratin.
You got me. That sounds just like our Leppy boy. Downstairs, Fazio
yeah.
gives Loretta the coin and tells her to sell it, not believing that it's magic. Then Mitch shows up and takes it from
well,
her since she lost all that house money to Scott. They somehow wind up talking about
How
Tammy,
small
and Mitch
of a
says he
business
wishes
is
he
a
could bang
casino?
her, so a spell
Yeah.
overcomes Tammy, and she immediately runs to him to talk in a disgusting baby voice.
I want you more than any man I've ever
That's
known
he
in
gets
my
one
life.
wish,
Is that
and that's what he
supposed to be
uses.
Sexy? I
That's
kind of want to drop you off at daycare right now. This nasty turn of events proves to Loretta that the coin fulfills wishes. So while Tammy continues her infantile seduction act,
Oh, Richie, I like my lovin' the same
Are she gonna turn into a
way I
leprechaun?
like my man tough.
which also includes this weird hitting in the face gag for a minute, Loretta sneaks into Mitch's room and steals the gold coin back from him. This breaks the
okay.
spell on Tammy right in
What
the middle of her
in-
striptease.
Mitch?
Yeah, that's actually some solid acting of that situation.
Like,
She
just
looks
coming to the
appropriately
realization what's
horrified.
going on.
Tammy forcefully runs away from Mitch, getting fired by him
Also,
on
that
her way
room
out. This
is
whole incident
something.
made Mitch forget about a meeting with Art and Tony, who killed the
Oh.
time talking about underwear.
How do you want to hang?
Loose. I want to be comfortable.
I like a little support.
Mitch probably won't be joining them anytime soon, though.
was a
because
kid about to be
Leprechaun
the
finds his way into
funniest
his
part.
hotel room and turns on some personalized porn.
Take a look at these.
Oh no.
You know, we laugh at this, but there's probably already personalized VR porn out there. Leprechaun movies are forward thinking, yo. They're so
Well,
futuristic,
this video's
they
old,
just
so
skip
probably.
the VR phase and get right into materialized sex.
I'm
type
sorry, is he
things.
just
The
gonna get pulled to the
lady is
TV
all
like
I know
Freddy
you
Krueger?
want what's on my mind. Here I come, as Lep plays dress up on the TV screen as a sleazy TV attorney, a sleazy televangelist, and a sleazy fortune teller.
Oh,
remember
with a
Miss
Ouija
Cleo?
board.
After his potato thaw,
A fortune
Scott
teller
runs
with a
into
Ouija
Tammy,
board.
crying from her incident with Mitch, and he swears to be her
That's
white knight and
understandable.
avenger. So they head back upstairs for some confrontation. But they don't got to worry about it. Lep's on the case, because TV lady is now robot lady.
Whoa.
And despite the persistence of her breasts,
Oh,
now
no,
she's
it's
looking
the
for a
mimic
kill
from
type.
Five Nights at
Leprechaun
Freddy's.
comes out to taunt Mitch as the deconstructed fembot sparks and blows up in Mitch's lap, giving us one of the most unique kills you could ask for. I wonder, do androids dream of electric sheepskin condoms? Mitch is left burnt up on the bed when Scott and
That's
Tammy
not
get
good.
to him. Leprechaun jumps out to them, and Tammy gives the best reaction to the little shit I've ever
What does she
heard.
say?
Who are you?
It's fucking amazing. Who are you?
That's
Scott tosses something
fair
at Lep
when
and
you
knocks
see
him down.
a
They
real
run
life
away from this
leprechaun.
mess right as Art and Tony
Oh, these
show
guys,
up.
hi. Well,
The hell's going on here?
Tony tries to recommend a
Are
dermatologist
they gonna-
to Lep, but the recommendation is met with the end of his cane stabbing
Oh,
out
I thought they were
Tony's
gonna be
eye, complete with a
friends.
line about beauty being
They're
in the eye
not.
of the beholder. Then Lep takes the same cane to Art and beats him down to the floor. Dude, you're a magical fucking leprechaun and you're just beating people with a cane like Charles Sumner.
I mean-
fucking do something! Also, this apparently kills these guys since they stop moving and we never see them again. According to the common law
leprechaun
of
must be
slasher
strong.
films, that means they're dead. Lep smells
Does
out
Leprechaun
his
ever
shilling
get, like, a
while Bowie
name other
dances
than
in
just
the back there.
Leprechaun?
Get it, David. The shilling stench is coming from Loretta as she wishes to be young and beautiful again. It works for her, but then she fucks up and goes gloating about it to Fazio. When he sees the coin's magic works, he steals it from her and locks her
and
behind
breaks
in the
her
dressing room. She tries
wish.
to comfort herself with some quality mirror time, but then
And-
ugly-ass Leprechaun ruins the view and delivers one of his most infamous limerick lead-ins to a kill ever.
Your boobs are big, your butt is small, but still you're in for quite a fall. What didn't you hear?
Quite a fall?
Bigger
What?
is good, but jumbo is dear. I'll give you boobs that come out to here.
Again, awful fucking rhyme
Oh,
structure, but
God.
He follows through on his promise. He blows her up and Botoxes her all over the place until
Oh,
she winds up looking like
God, what
terrifyingly
is
buff from
happening?
Howard the Duck. She gets so inflated that she can't even fit through the doorway. And when Leprechaun pulls out an umbrella, you know what's in store.
oh, no.
Yep, Loretta bursts into pieces, a victim of her own vanity and the magical murder abilities
well,
of one
I
green
guess-
little shit. On the run from Lep, Tammy sees that Scott is
Also,
going
we've
through
already
some
tied the amount of him
changes.
kills from
They head
the
to the pawn shop
second
where it all
movie.
began in order to find some answers. answers. The Windows 93 there is still helpfully playing that Lep CD, and it says that if you destroy the gold, you destroy the Lep. Also, looks like Scott's repelled by the medallion, same as the Lep man was. They head into the basement where not even the screenwriter knows what they're doing.
What exactly are we looking for?
A decent movie? Eventually, Scott is drawn to the golden safe and uses his newfound Lep powers to open it up. But when Tammy wants to destroy it, Scott says no and leaps out.
Don't take a leprechaun's gold. Not if you
Okay,
want to
but
live.
what happened?
Right, but
Is he just going to turn into a leprechaun?
Roleplay shit, and when Lep shows
Maybe
up,
he's supposed to be like a
scene?
werewolf.
2 leprechauns.
Maybe that was
and 1
popular back
ready.
then.
Oh yeah, how about 7? Scott tries to wish
Because
Lep
there's
to the
7
bottom
movies.
of the ocean, but I guess it doesn't work that way. Lep gets mad at him and gives another infamous couplet.
For pulling this trick, I'll jump off your dick.
He misses though, and after an all-star pitch from Tammy, they're able to get away from him. Tammy wisely grabbing the medallion on her way out.
Very smart. Smartest character in the movie.
The doctors examine him to show us the gross-looking skin effects going on down there. Thanks for the continued great makeup work, Gabe Bartalos. But don't look now, Lep's at the hospital too.
Nobody's questioning this?
Disguised as the doctor. You know what? I actually got nothing to say about that, but I will commend the sharp social commentary.
Now listen to me. This may mean the difference between living and dying.
Do you have health insurance?
Cool. Hurts that it's still relevant 23 years later. Scott's blood is
It's still
green,
relevant,
brain scan is
29
bulging
years
clovers,
later.
And his EKG reading is little leprechaun bread. Why wasn't the fuck you Clovers the third joke in that set? Come on. For whatever reason, Tammy seeks help in the morgue.
Why?
To find the mortician has joined his subjects in death, having been stabbed in the
he's
chest
already
with
in
a
the right
variety of
place.
utensils by that nasty Leppy boy. Speaking of which, he shows up and straps Tammy to a gurney. How will Scott rescue the Playboy bunny in distress? Better wake up and use those Lep powers to have a wacky hijinks-filled escape from the greedy doctors and nurses who were going to steal the money they found in his jacket. And so Scott is able to burst in on the Leprechaun to save that chick he met a few hours ago.
There are so many like different parts of this plot going on.
Apparently harmless fire around Scott, who tells him Fazio has his coin. Go fucking bug him about it. Lep pieces out to go do that in a wonderfully Leppy way. Fazio, of course, wished on the coin to be the greatest magician in the world. So he's in the middle of a big show at the casino where a pumped up audience is watching him premiere his burning beauty trick. And lest anyone thinks his tricks are fake.
Fazio's illusions are very
illusions?
Very real.
They're not an illusion.
Too bad he gets upstaged by Lep coming out of a box.
I wanted to see the magic though.
Nuts over Lep showboating. And when Fazio refuses to give the leprechaun his coin, Lep shows him what a real magician can do. Fazio winds up in one of those cut in half boxes.
Oh, and he actually ends up getting cut in half.
Full Leatherface on.
Oh,
first he gets the
I didn't think
audience
they used
to cheer him
chainsaws.
on, which has got to really suck for Fazio. And then he just starts that baby up and tears into the box, cutting Fazio in half as he screams in anguish. The crowd begins to realize something's wrong around the second giant blood spray, but before anyone can do anything about it, Fazio dies on stage. Lep can't help but be a showman to the end, so even though he's lost the crowd, he follows through and shows them all the bifurcated body inside. Great stuff. The audience breaks into a panic right as Scott and Tammy show up and exit the casino quickly in full movie crowd stampede mode. Scott and his flamethrower are threatening the pot of gold, so Leprechaun tries appealing to
melting
Scott's
point of gold is
with a Star Wars reference.
not that
Come
low.
over to the green side.
The green side.
Scott
I've
gets
never
a
seen Star
guilt-free,
Wars.
tempted look on his face while he stares at the gold, but Tammy is able to talk him out of it, and instead, Scott lights up the pot with his flamethrower, causing it to, just kind of disappear. Great. Then the Leprechaun bursts into flames and does a fire stunt on wires that are painfully visible. Damn, this movie was cheap, and that Lep is dead, or at least dead enough for me to put on the count. With the gold gone, Scott is able to turn back into a real boy. The movie ends with Tammy revealing she held onto a coin. The two of them briefly consider whether or not they should use its powers, but they settle on just trying to one-up each other with cringy lines.
I think I have everything I want.
You know something, sweetheart? This could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
At least the accent's gone.
Since this movie took place in a big city, does it have a big body count? Let's find out.
It's the biggest so far.
Thank you. Thank you
The
very
Elvis
much.
reference. Lord.
8 people died in Leprechaun 3, so the kills in the series
including
continue
Leprechaun.
to slowly increase. Of the victims,
Space is gonna
one was a woman,
bring up
the
the
other
total.
7 being men, but one of those was a leprechaun. So let's get a tricolored pie chart.
Ooh, we love a tricolored pie
the
chart.
runtime of 90 minutes, that comes out to a kill on average every 11.25 minutes. I'll give
Could
the
just do
golden
one more, so it's
chainsaw
one every
for coolest
10.
kill to Loretta. I really wanted to give it to Fazio for how brutal his
Yeah,
kill
no, it was.
but
I mean,
Nick for how
they're
unique
good
his was.
ones.
But Loretta's death kind of sums
The
up
dull
tone of this
chainsaw's
movie
gonna be
all
the
by
phone
itself.
cord.
And it's got to be one of
pawn
Lep's
shop dude.
all-time most memorable kills. Doll Machete for Lama's kill will definitely be Art, who, real talk, no way
Really?
actually
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
died from that. And that's
Or
it.
the dude in the
Leprechaun
morgue that was
3 came
off-screen.
out direct to video in 1995, and if it's your favorite of the franchise, you're not alone. Warwick Davis cites it as his too.
Oh, so
Next time,
yeah,
we're
so
looking
this
at
is some
nobody's
people's.
favorite, Leprechaun 4 in
Oh,
space.
wait,
But until
wait, it
then,
gets
I'm
worse?
Tuesday Denise. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching today's Kill Count. I want to thank
Oh,
a couple
Lord.
of patrons like Daniel and Dusty Dormini.
Yeah, it
and
wouldn't
Zachary
possible without the
Keller.
patrons.
If you
Shout
want
out
to
to
join the
them.
Patreon family and support me for as little as
Like,
$1
really?
a month, you can join with that button right over there. Patrons get special rewards based on their pledge amount. Also, I want to give a special thanks to my assistant editor, Bree. Her help on these videos has basically been saving my life.
he has an
So,
editor.
hashtag
No,
thanks,
sweet.
Bree. All right,
Love
y'all, be
that.
good people.
Okay, we got another one. Let's go. Leprechaun 4 in space.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in
Can
all our
leprechauns
favorite horror movies. I'm James Denise, and today we're looking at Leprechaun 4
in space.
Released in 1996, and the go-to title you can whip out whenever someone asks you to name the most ridiculous horror movie you can think of. This movie is just as absurd as you're expecting. Part 3 director Brian Trenchard Smith returned to helm another Lep movie, but since this one was a sci-fi affair, he wanted to include a lot more crazy special effects. The practical stuff
Never really a sci-fi guy.
Is, as always, impressive for the budget they had, but the CG has been described by producer Mark Amin as just behind the leading edge, and more accurately by Trenchard Smith as below PlayStation. The movie's premise is literally just aliens with the leprechaun instead of
literally
xenomorphs.
playing
In
through
fact,
Devil
the
May
word
Cry.
leprechaun is never said once in this entire script. It just referred to Lep the whole time as an evil alien that they're hunting. Throw in a bunch of other shit like a mad scientist and a space princess, and you begin to understand what this movie's gonna be. Are its kills as crazy as the rest of its content?
Wait, a space princess? What is it supposed to be? What has a like I said, I don't know sci-fi. I really don't.
A real bad-looking spaceship. Holy shit! Is this seriously what we're gonna be dealing with this whole movie? Kill me now. Aboard that.
Also, that's the very first
scene.
Like one of the most important
imitating
things
their favorite
to do.
movie, Aliens. Especially this dude Mooch, who's trying real hard to be the Bill Paxton. They've got one of those classically diverse groups going on. See, you've got your black dude, your woman, your Martinez. Everyone's represented. Even metalheads get some screen time when Master Sergeant Metalhead Hooker enters the room and puts his troops at attention. He talks a bunch of space nonsense to his team. They're orbiting the planet of Ithacon, and they're on a search and destroy mission to hunt an alien menace who's been disrupting mining operations. Jesus, this is like the Phantom Menace of the Leprechaun series. Only this cult of warriors is much more bloodthirsty than the Jedi.
What is Phantom Menace?
Do or die, kill.
These killers are joined by Dr. Tina Reeves, who's there representing some asshole named Dr. Mittenhand, so you know we're in for some stupid shit. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't judge a dude by his name. He might be, oh, that is one dumb looking dude. Wow, okay. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be judging by his appearance either. He probably has like...
You have your orders, Sergeant. I
his voice.
You follow them.
Never mind.
What is that
He's
accent?
an outer space Nazi doctor. Don't know what I should have expected. Hooker's pissed he's got to look after
I did not
this
expect
nerd
that.
chick, and he treats her like a 3-year-old. They're gonna have to potty train.
Get this little girl ready for combat.
More awful space graphics transport us to a shuttle where the barf-worthy love story begins between Tina and Space Sylvester Stallone, this lunkhead staff sergeant Brooks Malloy.
Why are they still so close?
Good evening.
That's right, it's Khan, Leprechaun. He's got a chick in captivity dressed up like Space
James
Slave
Bond,
Leia.
is that what that's supposed to be?
I mean, I guess Slave Leia is Space Slave Leia, but in any case, this chick is Princess Zarina, and Lep's trying to get her all bubblied up so she'll agree to marry him. See, he wants to be a king and have the universe kneel before him, but maybe before all that, he should just learn how to focus. Zarina's not interested in the proposal because, obviously, but Lep's got some leverage here since Zarina's dad is apparently a penniless king, and Lep's got the magic that make that treasure jingle jangle. That's enough for her to get on board.
The king is dead. Long live the king.
Outside on the planet's surface, we're treated to some Z-grade special effects that make it look like Prince took
It
over
honestly
in the
looks like a
Terminator.
laser tag.
I've seen worse. You ever been to Detroit?
Oh, hold up, Lep 4. You don't get to take a dig at D-Town when you're literally the crap de la crap, alright? Get the fuck out of here with that. Detroit versus everybody! The Marines find Lep Alien's lair and open fire on a... What the fuck is that thing? Howie Mandel from Little Monsters? Anyway, Lep hears them shooting and hides, so when this Marine Lucky, get it, finds the banquet of gold on Lep's table, he thinks there's no one around to stop him from looting it. Little does he know that Leprechaun is right behind him, and don't look now, but he's got a goddamn Lep saber. He uses the saber to get Lucky, but since it'd be way too hard to show that thing cutting through skin, it's mostly an off-screen affair. Lep steals Lucky's gun and engages in a firefight with the Marines in a shitty little battle zone that wouldn't be fit for a small-town laser tag center. Seriously, what are these plastic mounds of glittery dung? When a grenade lands near Lep's future ticket to royalty, he pulls a Whitehurst and jumps on it, blowing himself up to protect the princess. But I'm not going to count this as a kill, because Lep will be back.
He always comes back.
Also, Zarina is still alive too, even though it looks like she lost a hand in the process.
Oh.
Wait, that's hers? Why is it so green? The Marine who threw the grenade, Kowalski, wants to mark his kill, and he does so with Hooker's approval.
Death from above. Let it ring!
Too bad Lep's got some secret sci-fi special effects
and
also Kowalski's urethra, apparently. The shit-looking shuttle leaves the planet's surface and returns to the main ship, where an injured Princess Zarina is taken to the science bay. Tina
she
notices
is
that
covered in
Zarina's
bubble wrap.
necklace is an indicator of royalty from the planet Dominia, so I guess Lep's looking to be a dominatrix. The other scientist there is Dr. Mittenhand's lackey, Harold. He's a dickhead.
Hurry up, dickhead.
See? Told you, dickhead Harold shows Hooker a nifty little sci-fi beam
Shouldn't
that
be
can
standing
both
behind
shrink
something
objects
just in
down to
case something
fun
goes wrong.
size and blow them back up.
You have
just
caution
like
tape
that.
on the
Hope
floor,
you're
but you don't
ready
have
to see later, then Nazi Zordon
Walls.
appears on a monitor to argue with Metalhead over the terms of their space contract. It's real boring shit that doesn't matter, so fuck it. Hey, you know what screams futuristic sci-fi flick? A disco dance party! Yep, we're on another awful cheap-looking set where Kowalski and the lady space marine Dolores, played by Debbie Dunning of Home Improvement fame, are grinding on each other like a pair of high school seniors circa 2005. They sneak away to make some space movie despite 96. The teasing it evokes from the other space marines, including
Why are they all
Space
so
Dame
close
Cook
to each
and
other?
Dick Jones. When they get to a
Why
more
are they
private
all
place
like
on the spacecraft, Dolores guns
like
Kowalski's
shoulder to
jaw
shoulder?
like she's Sylvia Ganush, and he delivers an appalling invitation for her to give him a hand job.
Shake hands with the big guy.
But looks like there are some big problems with the big guy, because Kowalski finds himself up against the wall in pain as his crotch stands at attention. The girth keeps growing until there's a bona fide leprechaun alien ripping his way out of Kowalski's loins with some safe sex advocacy.
Let that be a lesson to you, lad. Always wear a prophylactic.
As Leprechaun does a little Care Bear flight away, Kowalski slumps over deck, victim of that savage old-timey affliction, Lep Dick. Alien Lep runs off talking in
every
almost
guy,
not really rhymes
which
and
is
calling
like
himself
90%
a demon
of the
and
audience.
shit, but never a fucking leprechaun.
Ow.
Why is this a Leprechaun movie? When Tina walks into the disco bar, Books takes a break from drinking out of sex toys with the boys to go talk to her, but she ends up insulting his intelligence so much he can't help but respond with awful acting.
I know what criteria means, Doc. And I know what a prerequisite is. You see, just because I'm wearing this uniform does not mean that they have surgically removed my brain.
Are you sure about
this
that?
conversation obviously isn't going very well.
Are you sure about
even though
that?
Books keeps pressing with all the natural macho confidence that comes with being a 6'3" camo Ken doll. So let's just watch these other two Marines, Booch and Danny Martinez, do
Why?
the
It's just
space
3
thing.
people at this party.
Boys.
Who is the
Books
DJ?
tries to get some relationship advice from Styx, who... Wait, hold on. Yo, Styx is played by Miguel A. Nunez Jr., better known to Dead Meat fans as the poopin' performer Demon from Friday 5. Hell yes!
Oh, wow, dude.
Damn enchiladas.
Let me hear some of them ooh,
so
baby.
long ago.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
One more time.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Wow, I remember
so
this.
Sweet to my ears. Unfortunately, their dude talk gets interrupted by Dolores finally getting back to alert them about Lep.
It's alive!
They head out.
It's a lie. What do you mean? It's a, how do you explain what you just saw?
Relationship is literally the same as the Aniston Handyman Aladdin one from the original. Only instead of city versus country, it's brains versus brawn.
I don't believe in guns.
They are definitely flagging.
It's like mom and dad are fighting, but
Not good.
both of them.
Don't do
when
that.
Hooker wants to check out a waste disposal room, Tina points out that it's filled with flesh-eating bacteria. So Hooker assigns Mooch to suit up and go look inside.
I volunteer
Tina
you
insists
as
that she'll accompany
tribute.
him since she knows what she's doing, but not so fast there, little lady. You need a big, strong Books to tell you what to do.
Fine, she goes as far as the airlock. Mooch and I go in, all right?
Seriously, the dudes in this franchise make my skin crawl. Need another
fair.
example? Well, look no further than the Science Bay, where Harold is proving just how much of a dickhead he is by fucking molesting the unconscious Princess Zarina. God damn, this movie's skeevy.
Look at the dude in the background just watching this.
Reattached itself with new tissue.
Oh, it came back?
Hand
Oh.
appears on a monitor and tells him to keep that little discovery secret and keep it safe. Booch and Books head into the ship.
What do you- how are
chamber
you
where they
supposed to
fail
keep that
notice there's a
secret? Is someone
particularly
not gonna come
active little
check
shit
and see
hanging
that
out
her
among
hand's
the other
back?
ways. Lep whips out a blade and slashes open Mooch's spacesuit with it, causing all that flesh-eating bacteria to flood into his suit as Books tries to get him out. You've just gotta imagine it's happening, though. We don't really get to see any of it, at least not until Books pulls him out of the poop chamber and shows that he's become a Halloween USA skeleton. Yeah, I know, Tina. It looks pretty bad. The Marines go yell at the science nerds because Hooker's done with this shit and wants to just hand over Zarina to Leprechaun so he'll stop killing his men. Mittenhand refuses because he wants to keep her for science. When Hooker threatens to leave the ship entirely, Mittenhand reveals himself in person with some Doom Door sound effects.
And this is what he's supposed to be.
Yep, so Mittenhand is revealed to be a cyborg space Nazi doctor.
No, he's not.
Although
Is he a
would prefer
cyborg?
A much more boundless
Oh, yeah, he is.
description.
As like the Wizard of Oz.
Or was he-
things from behind a curtain?
Yeah, but like you're still definitely a Nazi. You might
But,
want to
or is
watch
he?
it with a
Was he an
downfall
actual
page,
person
dude. He
that
unilaterally
got
extended
saved
Marines'
by
contract, threatening them with mutiny charges if they don't follow
Like the
orders.
Major
so
from
now
Hellsing.
these Marines are the anti-Lep force. While they're out hunting for Leprechaun aliens, Harold and Dr. Mittenhand do some weird science with awful direct-to-video effects that result in a flesh-toned turd. Okay, looks like
That
Mitten's
reminds me
real
of
thrilled about
a
it though.
bowling
So
alley
what do I know? Harold
animation.
drinks Zarina's rejuvenating blue blood and makes a nasty.
Oh, she's a
blue
horseshoe
cocktail
crab.
that Mittenhand
Okay.
hopes will allow him to regrow the rest of his body. As
Horseshoe
disgusting as
crabs have
Space
blue
Nazi
blood, in
and
case
Pervy
you
Dickhead
didn't know
are,
that.
they might be more entertaining than the Marines, walking around in pairs and doing fucking nothing. This movie's so bad and boring. And even when there is a supposed action scene, it's just gunfire and Leprechaun making finger explosions with no consequences.
Yeah, this isn't
Eventually,
even
Danny
like
gets
the
scared and
Leprechaun
runs off on his
movie.
own, only to find a monitor with Lep on it, playing dress up again and imitating his idol Freddy with a much less graceful rendition of Kruger's favorite gag. When Danny sees the Leprechaun hiding and goes to shoot him, Lep drops a big metal crate on him, crushing him for a bloodless kill.
Why didn't he try to run away? Why did you just look at it?
Because at least it's something fucking happening. The rest of the Marines are still on their mission of ineptitude.
Leprechaun does not get a lot of screen time. Hopefully James like counts up
from
screen time for Leprechaun.
Things aren't looking good for the Tool Time girl. When Lep confronts her on the catwalk, she wastes no time blowing him to pieces with her space rifle. So, movie over? Nah, we ain't that lucky. Leprechaun rejuvenates from a single foot, not sure how exactly, and tosses her from the walkway to hang over a big old green screen pit. He plays this little piggy with her fingers, which just shows me she's got some impressive digital strength. But
that's actually, for a single finger to hold yourself up like that?
Dolores falls down to her chroma key doom right as the Marines escape from the door they were locked behind. Hooker gets so incensed, actor Tim Colseri quotes himself from Full Metal Jacket.
Get up! Get up!
They find Dolores lying at the bottom of the spaceship.
I've heard it's a good movie, but I've never seen it.
But she does pop back up to give some final words of wisdom.
Kill him.
Yeah,
you
no
just
shit,
tried.
Dolores. That's damn been the plan this whole time. She
All
falls
her
back and
piggies
dies,
went all the
giving
way
us
home.
another kill to add to the list and inspiring Tina to end her anti-gun ways and get locked and loaded for Lep. Harold gets tricked by Leprechaun, imitating a topless Tina and begging to be let into the science bay. It's a trick Lep has played time and time again. But
yeah, well, I mean, I guess it matches with how the guys are.
The audience directly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You saved my life.
And in case that near Jar Jar quote's not bad enough, let's throw in a Hannibal Lecter tongue thing too.
Jar Jar from Star Wars.
When horny Harold opens the door, he gets a cane straight to his hickory stick. Lep strolls into the science bay and gets laughed at by Dr. Mittenhand, while Harold rolls around holding the cane against his own junk for some reason. Just let it go and get up, you dickhead. He discovers its retractable blade and sticks it through the back of Leprechaun, coming out the front. But you think that's gonna stop Leppy Boy? Nah, son, and for trying, you're gonna get a real weird death. When Leprechaun magics a big saucer plate through the air, spinning sideways and slamming into Harold's face with enough force to flatten it into one of the most disturbing images in this entire franchise. And we just saw a sex bot kill a dude in the last movie. But I'd rather watch 1,000 malfunctioning sex bots.
But why is his nose still there, but the rest of his face is
Zarina? She of the music festival makeup and middle school dance body glitter. She was kind of a character. Let's bring her back with an
pan is probably so thin you could just bend it with your
Leprechaun
hands.
into some kinky shit, having fixed Mittenhand with a ball gag in the mouth. With the Nazi doctor subdued, Lep gets to some fucked up experiments of his own, mixing the blue milk potion with a big old hairy tarantula and a nasty scorpion. He puts that shit on the smoothie setting and injects it straight into Mittenhand's mitten skull as Zarina cheers him on. The Marines show up just in time to see some quality Leprechaun movie acting.
Someone's coming.
Man, that's bad. The only thing that can make up for that acting is hearing a shout out for my channel.
Is he supposed to be like maybe like a Harley Quinn kind of deal?
Oh, you dead meat!
I don't know.
He noticed me! Another real lame gunfight breaks out, which is about as entertaining as watching stormtroopers in a practice skirmish until Lep and Zarina run away. The Marines pursue them, leaving Mittenhand to wig out on his own, and when they find Zarina, she commands them to kneel before her, distracting them long enough for Lep to magic a ton of explosives all over Metalhead's body, and the detonator all of them
bro can just make C4.
Before he and Zarina head off with their new hostage, though, we've got to get a real gratuitous tit shot in here, when she exposes her breasts to the Marines in a move that's explained by Tina as being a death sentence on her system. They'll be dead. Definitely not as fatal a use of nudity as those blade boobs back in part 2. That was how you kill someone with boobs, Zarina. The remaining trio of Marines head after them, noticing that only the ball gag is left of Mittens, as Zarina tells Lep what he should do with the Marines.
You must execute these peasants.
But instead of executing them outright, Lep's gonna use a spell over Hooker to give us all a lip-sync drag show. Tim Colseri said
did not expect that to happen.
Which, yeah, kind of looks like it. As Lep and Zarina watch, Hooker alternately dances.
I guess it's supposed to be ironic because he's supposed to be
After Tina knocks him down with some basic martial arts, his gun rematerializes for some reason, and he charges at them while having a real bad argument with himself.
Kill!
This is far too violent.
You're a Marine! Snap out of it!
Eventually, he sticks his
I'm
bayonet
guessing that's
tip
the
into his
irony
outlet,
of the
causes
situation.
him to get electrocuted to death. Upon falling to the ground,
kinda like
Marines learn the shocking
not what it would
revelation
appear
that
on
Hooker
the
has been a
surface kind of deal.
cyborg this whole time. A reveal that literally changes nothing in the story or with the character. But hey, Alien did it, so might as well put it in the shitty fucking space Leprechaun movie too. Okay, now that that's over with, I'm hoping that we might just be safe from any more stupid shit in the rest of the movie. Wait, what's that eye-opening? Wait, what the fuck is that thing? Oh, dear God, no. Is that Dr. Mittenhand? No, even worse.
Is it?
I am now Mitten Spider.
Mitten Spider. Okay, well.
Good Lord. Having left the space drag show, Leprechaun and Zarina are on their way to the cargo bay to get his gold, stopping only to activate the ship's self-destruct sequence so they can get rid of the Marines and this abomination. Styx heads off to go stop the auto self-destruct sequence, but gets first-person attacked by Mittenfucker. But the next time we see him, he's just hanging out in some Laffy Taffy, still able to operate the computer. Meanwhile, Lep and Zarina finally find his gold, only to learn that it's been shrunken down with that zap gun that we saw what feels like years ago. Also, since Zarina's been annoying Lep this whole time, he bewitches her face to break out out into
Oh, no.
boils. But then he just knocks her out with his cane
Why?
and makes the boils disappear. Nothing matters in this movie. Beauty and the Brawn find Leprechaun so we can get
they
a
had references in other movies,
another
right?
Boeing space gunfight. Yippee! At least this one results in a gratuitous
have to be in
torso
space
shot
to
of
do
Books
this?
to kind of even the score here. Didn't mean, are you gay? Tina's able to hit Lep with the shrink ray gun. Only, wait a minute, it wasn't set to mini, it was set to Wumbo. Leprechaun resizes about as well as a low-res JPEG, and his artifacting scares Books and
It's a
Tina
giant
right out of the hangar.
leprechaun.
Wait, big size Lep? You thinking dick joke?
Big is good.
Yeah, I knew you were. Books returns to try to fight Lep off through the power of Pecs, while
You're
Tina
gonna
crawls
need
through an
a
air
bigger
vent and gets attacked
caliber.
by Mitten Spider. Don't worry, girl, he attacked Styx like 10 minutes ago, and that dude is just fine. But actually, wait, this movie isn't sleazy enough. Why not have Mitten Spider straight up rip this girl's pants
Oh,
off? Yeah,
oh, okay.
show her. She shows up to the bridge looking more
That's
like a Baywatch
just not
lifeguard
good.
than a biologist, and gets attacked again by the magnificently
What is the
ineffectual
audience for
Mitten
the
Spider
Leprechaun
who keeps
movies?
yelling at her.
Seriously.
So she feeds him some liquid nitrogen, freezing him into a Mitten snow spider that she then shoots with a rifle to blow the fuck up. Finally,
I don't think that's how that would work.
Dead and gone. Just
Also,
like 5
you know
more
how
to go.
much liquid
then.
nitrogen
Finds
you would
Serena
need
passed
to,
out
like,
in the
freeze
hangar
into
and
the
carries
core,
her away
not
from
just
the
on the
giant
surface?
leprechaun, who has seriously spent his entire time as a giant just tossing around space crates and shit. There was
Yeah,
literally
Legos,
no
dude.
purpose to him getting big like that. Books takes Serena to safety and tells Tina to open the cargo bay doors, Hal, which creates a vacuum in the cargo bay that ultimately sends Leprechaun
Giant
out
Leprechaun
into
in
space.
space, and
Lep's
he'll be
body
fine.
distorts some more, this time with less artifacts and more wacky wormhole effects until he finally just blows the fuck up. Wait, hold up a minute. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
why?
Rewind that back. All right, slow motion. Yeah, that space explosion took place in a goddamn room. They didn't even bother to turn off the obvious ceiling light. Holy fucking
Oh, wait.
shit.
Oh,
this
you
movie
can
is
actually
hot
see
space
that.
garbage. Oh, speaking of which,
The king is dead. Long live the queen.
so the conniving space
Okay,
princess gets a happy
so you're the
ending?
winner?
Cool. Wait, why is this movie still
he'll
going?
come back.
because of the auto self-destruct sequence. If I tell you the password, will you just fucking roll credits, please? It's Wizard, like of Oz, okay? Great.
Oh,
thank you.
because
Lights
he's supposed
up,
to be
weird
like the
group hug,
wizard,
and poorly
like behind the
aliased
curtain
leprechaun
deal.
hand flipping them the bird. The fucking end, holy
Well, now
God.
you're in space.
There was
Have fun with that.
absolutely nothing redeemable about that movie, so let's hope it has a decent body count to make up for it. Let's find out at the numbers.
Oh no, James! Oh no!
my God, I'm so big now! Oh, goodness me.
I mean, he could have fought Thanos.
9 people died in Leprechaun 4 in space.
Are we increasing
Once
again?
Only 1 victim was a woman, and of the 8 men, 1 was a cyborg and 1 was a leprechaun. So we had all sorts of shit going
That's
on.
yeah,
With
that's a
downright
pie chart we've
capable
never seen
runtime
before.
of 95 minutes. That comes
5
out
minutes
to a kill
longer.
on average every 10.56 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw
To-
for coolest kill to Kowalski. This death was part of director Trenchard Smith's pitch that sold the idea to
That
producer Mark
was
Amin.
how he
After
pitched
all,
the
so it
movie,
turned out
was
a
with
movie
that.
a leprechaun materializing out of some dude's peen. Don't
Okay.
the lamest kill will go to Harold. Sure, Danny and Dolores' deaths were pretty lame, but Harold's was just embarrassing and way too cartoony for me, which is saying something in a Leprechaun movie. And that's
space.
it.
A Leprechaun movie in
4
space.
Space was released direct-to-video in 1996, the
And that makes
4th
sense.
consecutive year with a Leprechaun release. Thankfully,
Which
the
is
worst
crazy.
is over. Believe it or not, In the Hood is leagues better than this pseudo.
So the next
sci-fi
one's gonna
crap.
be better?
I'll prove it
It'll
to
be
you
next
next
week.
time. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot
Okay,
for
this
watching
was
today's Kill Count.
certainly
I want to thank a
something.
couple
That's gonna be
patrons like
Leprechaun
Frank
in the
Cervantes
Hood.
III and Johnson Hoy. We're now more than halfway through with the Leprechaun series. And yes, this was
Oh,
a
yeah,
Monday
cool, yeah.
release. Trust me with these releases until I tell you a little bit more information
Why?
in a few weeks. I'm going to change some things up after my 1-year anniversary, but I promise
He's
you'll
only
like
doing-
it. If
wait,
everyone
he-
doing the
what?
giveaway, I'm
This
so
is 1
impressed by
year?
your work. Keep it up. You guys are great. Be good people.
So he's only been doing it for 1 year, and yeah, we have Leprechaun and Hood, and then Leprechaun Back to the Hood, and then we have Leprechaun Origins as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if that's going to be another 3-parter, or I'm going to do just the solo Leprechaun series, or for the Leprechaun Origins, because there is a 11-year gap between them, and these two both have a theme where they're both supposed to be in the hood, or back in the hood. So I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes to that. I do look forward to reading your comments, though, because I read every single one of your comments, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully I made it just a tiny little bit better, and I apologize if I'm introducing you to the Leprechaun series. I do apologize for that. I really hope you've enjoyed these videos. Not sure why they went to space. I'm not sure how successful these were, if people have the numbers for stuff like that. There had to be some kind of success because they kept making them. But also, I'm pretty sure, like, horror movies and stuff like that typically are really small budgets. Like, well, it wasn't like Paranormal Activity, like, just a couple $1,000s in budget, and it grossed like a couple $100 million or something like that. Yeah, no, I think it's like a very normal thing for horror movies to have such a low budget, which I don't really understand why that is. Like, why do horror movies typically have such a low budget when you have other movies that I understand, like, the other movies will have just, like, you know, graphical effects and stuff like that, and that obviously costs a lot of money, and then it has, like, explosions and stuff like that, but there's, like, some explosions in these movies and stuff like that, and I'm not sure where all the cost goes. Maybe it's the talent, maybe it's the actors and stuff like that, and maybe you don't really need the actors in a horror movie because the focus, the main character is the, you know, the bad guy. So I don't really know, but they keep making these movies, so they must be having some success with them, and I look forward to the next video. I hope to see you there. I hope you're subscribed, and likes are always appreciated. They actually help out the channel a ton. But until next video, take care and keep the music.